Do you think Ukraine is moving in the right direction in terms of reforms?
Absolutely, absolutely, no question about it. I think that history will show that there was a pre-Maidan period for 23 years and then a post-Maidan period, and the time for reform started post-Maidan.
What are the main obstacles to reforms in Ukraine?
The obstacles to reform, I personally believe there are no obstacles to reform. Okay, and I know that's probably a controversial thing to say, but I think the reforms that we're seeing start from individuals who are taking good ideas, putting them into action, developing, as we saw with Prozor, a pilot project that is bankable, that people can then back and push through. So I think that Ukraine, more than anything, has a perception issue. I think that we're not getting our message out, we're not getting our story out. I believe we are doing our reforms in the post-Maidan period quicker than they were done in Poland or Georgia or other countries, but we are not taking that, we're not creating data to show that. I think there's a lot of anecdotal talk about Ukrainian reforms, but what we're not seeing actually is strong analysis that benchmarks against other countries and where they were in their own reform process, and that's what we're missing. And that's one of that's something that I personally feel very strongly about, and I want to make an impact on in terms of getting the data out, so we can see exactly where we are in terms of reforms, because we are a lot further ahead than people would have you think.
How can the West best help Ukraine?
I would like to see the West help the reform process is, one, to get engaged. Many do not look past the surface, do not look past, there's corruption or their own personal prejudices in terms of Ukraine, propaganda that they read about, or thinking that there's a war going on in every city and village in the country. So I think the West needs to see in Ukraine and see in the new generation, in the young people, partners that they can trust, that they can work with, that they can back. They need to see in their hopes and dreams a reflection of their own hopes and dreams. So I do feel that the West has a huge role to play. First, engagement. Second, in terms of financial support, the lack of capital, the way that civic society activists are doing reforms is really shoestring, grassroots, high energy, and that has been going on for many years. So it is time for the West to get more engaged, to put more capital in, to make, and really, I mean, you look at things that really cost nothing. Okay, example, you've got balance sheets that wealthy balance sheets outside of the country, giving guarantees, leveraging balance sheets outside of Ukraine, and giving guarantees based on the balance sheet. That is something that would have extraordinary results in Ukraine. I mean, we even saw with the U.S. the $1 billion, the Eurobonds. It's basically a guarantee provided by USAID. So by providing a guarantee, by providing that ability to raise Eurobonds based on the credit rating of the United States, that has an enormous impact in Ukraine. So I think looking at those kinds of creative solutions where you take a strong suit of one country, of Western nations, of Western institutions, and make that available